After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 385. Today is Saturday, January 18, 2020, as we are recording. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
I want to welcome all new and returning viewers, but before we get into that, we're going to have a couple of starts and stops because we want to show you a couple things, and then we're going to get into the main podcast. So the first thing we want to show you is, we haven't shown you any of my husband's artwork in a long time, so my husband, Mike, did this painting of Talia. Just finished it.
This was right, probably a couple weeks before surgery.
Maybe a little more. He finished it maybe a couple weeks before the surgery.
That's right.
I forgot what he called it. He told me and I forget. But
I think he said waiting for surgery.
Yeah.
Because he was actually talking for the work art show.
Yeah, he's got a progression. He's got one of Talia as a nurse where before she has all this stuff.
Actually, no, it was not. I didn't have the neck brace and everything yet, but it was probably a couple weeks before I had to stop working completely.
This, yeah.
No, the other one.
No.
Yes, it was. No, it was before I had to stop working at the hospital.
Oh yeah, at the hospital, but
not completely. You're right.
Okay.
Before I had to stop working at the hospital, because actually in the picture that he did, there was my profile picture for a very long time.
Right.
I was actually really miserable.
Yeah.
Because I had actually had to leave work early because I didn't feel well.
But this shows kind of the rock bottom at that point. You know, so it's a really nice painting, I think. So yeah, we wanted to show you this because we haven't shown any of his artwork in a while. Okay, you want to cut it off so I can get Davina?
Okay, 1 second.
Be right back.
Bye-bye.
We're back.
Hi.
We had requests for Davina to be on the podcast, so she's here. She's not showing any knitting today because we got a super late start. But Rena, you asked to see the hat and little scarf that Talia made Davina for Christmas, so here it is, the hat and the scarf.
They're fabulous. I love it. I was surprised. I actually thought Talia bought it because it looks so professional looking.
Well, thank you, kiddo.
And she wears it all the time. All the time.
I was hoping she would like it. I didn't anticipate she would like it quite that much.
And she likes this too, which is really neat.
Which is great because that was really like, I have yarn left over. I don't know what else I'll do with it. Maybe Davina will like a scarf.
Yeah.
Hey Laura, it's Davina. Hi JD.
Yeah, Davina wanted to say hi to JD and hi to Laura Concert, who is crocheting Hoovian. So, you want to say hi again?
Hey Laura. Hi JD.
Okay, so we are going to let her go so we can get this finished, but she wanted to make an appearance to show Rena. She calls you Miss Rena. The hat and scarf, and say hi to JD and Laura. So, okay, Davina, you're all done.
Okay.
Watch yourself. Watch
Bye.
yourself.
Yeah, very carefully.
There you go. And we're going to say goodbye just for a second while we get our tea and set up our little sign that says, "Quiet, please, we're podcasting."
Yes. So we'll be back.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 385. As we said before, it is Saturday, January 18th, 2020, as we're recording. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We're very glad to have you with us. If you are new, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel or join our PHN group, which is at phnpodcast.freeforums.net. That's phnpodcast.freeforums.net.
And I always put it on the bottom here.
Yeah, right, in the information box, whatever it's called.
Yeah, information box.
So if you are already following us, we're always glad to have you with us again. And if you're in the shadows, as I said, please feel free to join us. I should have just said that. I'm kind of discombobulated this morning. When we split up the podcast, it throws me off.
Right, so we actually have already said hi and everything.
Yeah.
But it feels weird just jumping into it without saying.
Right. Now, we do have some official new members.
Right.
We have YarnNet, which makes me laugh. That's funny. Welcome, YarnNet. And we have Katie Lady. Welcome, Katie Lady.
Welcome.
We're glad to have you with us. And we do have a new podcast I'd like to let you know about. We found it because she actually commented on our last podcast, I think it was. And she actually bought some of my yarn for the mystery yarn. And she's called Chronically Crocheting, and her name is Crystal. And she's very sweet, very bubbly, and if you want to find another person to watch, she might be good. Now, fair warning, she has a chronic condition, so if that bothers you, to have medical kind of stuff interspersed, that might be something to think about. But she's amazing.
And I'm also bringing another one up because I think this lady found us through her as well. Her name is, hold on.
But anyway, Crystal is fantastic.
She is.
She's very bubbly, she's very upbeat, and she's very, very sweet. And she's very imaginative.
Yes, she is.
She is. She's got like a prize wheel for dealing with prizes, and she's just amazing.
Yes, she is. And the other person, I haven't watched her podcast yet, but I found her through a Crystal did her first live chat.
Right. And I'm still watching
the other day. Or live stream, not live chat. Live stream the other day. And in the chatting section, there was someone who's called That Yarny Zebra. I looked them up. She has a knitting podcast as well. Also, another person with chronic illness.
Is she knitting or crocheting? Because Crystal's crocheting.
Hang on, let me not silence that, and let me go to her, because it might say in her about.
Right.
Let's see.
It's exciting to find new
Yeah,
podcasts.
she crochets, knits, sews, and embroiders.
Okay. I might pick her up
Also
too.
does a little cross stitching. So
I might pick her up as well.
there's the info. But yeah, so we just
I don't even want to. I have no idea how to say that. Hypogammaglobulin. Okay. It sounds like blood. Something blood.
it's an immune issue.
Okay.
But
She has it all in there.
yeah.
Oh, that's Dora. Okay. I saw her name pop up. I heard her name pop up in the live chat.
Yeah, she was there.
All right, so that's cool. So those are a couple podcasts you might want to take a look at. One is crocheting, and the other is multiple crafts.
I haven't watched
Right.
Dora yet.
But Chronically Crocheting is a lot of fun.
Yes, she is.
And Dora's is what? Crocheting Zebra? Or Zebra?
Yarny Zebra. Yarny Zebra.
Okay. So you might want to check those out if you're looking for new podcasts, okay? And I haven't watched Yarny Zebra yet either because I just heard about it today.
Yeah. That Yarny Zebra.
That Yarny Zebra. Okay. We do have tea today in our This Is What My Daughter's Head Looks Like oboe. And for those of you who haven't been here for a while or new,
Actually, I'm not sure we've done oboe head in a while.
no, not recently because we haven't been bantering that much because you were so out of it.
Yeah.
So oboe head is something I call Talia, and so hers says that's what her head looks like, and mine says that's what my daughter's head looks like. So I have in my cup, my mug, Deluxe Pumpkin Spice Tea, Plum Deluxe, and it's a pumpkin party. Pairs well with pies and cookies, sweaters and blankets. All organic honeybush tea, black tea, cinnamon, cardamom, ginger, cloves, calendula, safflower, natural pumpkin flavor, love, gratitudes, and I guess it has low caffeine. Low caffeine.
Oh, yeah.
So that's this. We love Andy, and unfortunately we have not been able to drink his tea a lot in the past few weeks because of Taya's stuff and being
It's been
pressed
months for
time.
me.
Yeah, we've been pressed for time.
Yeah.
So we still love Andy's tea, and we
Yes.
no, he does not pay us. But we love him.
Last week was the first time I had a Plum Deluxe tea in a while, and I used up all my chocolate hazelnut dessert tea that I have here. The rest of my chocolate hazelnut dessert tea, I believe, is at work, and I
have
need to
some.
reclaim it.
I have some. I love that tea.
Yes, I do too.
Andy is amazing. He's got one now that's
it's
hazelnut
limited.
chocolate
Chai.
and I love. You guys know how I love my chai. So
And in this is what my head looks like mug.
right.
My shell just slipped off. That's all.
Okay.
Is my Plum Deluxe tea, Deluxe Autumn Chai Herbal Tea. Spice up the season and open your senses. This is Rubio's tea, cinnamon, ginger, clove, cardamom, orange peel, almond essence, love, and gratitude.
And that's one I like a lot. That's the one though, Ty, that I don't know if I steeped it wrong the other day because I hadn't done it in a while.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so weak that I didn't want to have it today. I wanted to have this.
I also tend to put in more leaves.
I do too.
Yeah.
I put 2 in because this is a bigger mug. Can you have low caffeine to taste? Or do
Yeah.
you- Okay.
I don't think caffeine's really a huge issue anymore.
Oh, okay, good. I think Crystal was saying that caffeine was an issue for her.
Well, she has a lot of heart rate, and she's
Yeah.
still not quite. I mean, mine's pretty well
Yeah.
controlled right now with the
Well,
medicine.
Yeah, she was saying a lot. About,
I mean, sometimes I'll still get it out of where it's not great, but it's most of the times good.
you have to move your thing over when I let you taste this. Yeah, this is what I remember it to be.
I think this is more of a mild tea.
It is, but I don't think I steeped it long enough.
I think I like mine better.
And I'm still getting back to my knowing of how much I steep it
Right.
for and how much sugar to put in it. Because I was going to the point.
That might also be it. I usually like mine with more sugar.
That's really good. Okay. All right, moving moving past the tea segment. I did hear from the majority of our prize winners. Stephanie, your Plum Deluxe package has gone out. I've got notifications, so please let me know when you receive it. The people who won the boxed kits that Laura Concert donated, thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
I'm trying to figure out how to package them so they don't get smushed. So that it might be a little while before you get those. Everybody else has gone out. 2 people have not contacted me. And you have till January 31st, that's the end of the month, to claim your prizes, and then they go away. Okay? So we have S. Hood, I'm sorry, Should, and I guess I can say her name because there's no last name, right?
I don't know.
I don't know if she's
S. Hold.
S. Hould, Hould. You have a mystery skein, not a mystery skein, but any skein of yarn in my shop. Any skein, because you had originally won the mega prize and I couldn't afford to send it to Canada. So you got any skein of yarn except a mystery skein from my shop, and that includes a sock set if you want a sock set. Okay, so you have until January 31st to get in touch with me so I can get that off to you. Okay, the other one, Linnea, I know you are very, very busy. Somebody poke Linnea, okay? She won the knit toy book. So I'd like to hear from both of you. If somebody knows how to contact either of these 2 people, wants to poke them, that would be great because they will go away at the end of the month.
Yeah, because I know usually Linnea's right on top of that.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
she's been busy. The knit toy book will go back into the pot if it isn't claimed, and the listing from my shop will just go away. So you have to the 31st of January. I don't want people to miss out the prizes, okay? Now, special requests, I know I said about the charities, but we did have a special request from B-Wing, who is Brittany. Her church is requesting as many dishcloths as they can gather. And she's asking, whoever is doing dishcloths and they don't know what to do with them, you have till February 24th to send them to her, and you can get in touch with her to know where to send them, either on Comforting Crafts or on our forums or at Ravelry, okay? And actually, she actually prefers to get contacted on Ravelry or on Facebook under Comforting Crafts.
Yeah, because
she's not real active in our group at the moment 'cause she's very busy. They have to be to her by February 24th, and we have added an addendum to our charity along. If you make dishcloths and you send them out by the 24th, they are eligible for 2 chances at a prize for the charity along. We want to support Brittany as much as we can. You don't have to in any way, shape, or form, but if you do,
if you like making dishcloths, I for one, I don't like working with cotton, so I never make
right?
dishcloths.
I'm on a dishcloth binge right now, so hopefully I'll be able to get her some. But if you do, and you get them finished out, and you take the pictures and you get them out to her by the 24th, you are eligible for 2 chances of the prize for each dishcloth. I will make a We will make an exception for the dishcloths that go to Brittany. You don't have to do 2 of them. You can do 1 to get the 2 chances at a prize because they're going to Brittany. All other things that are 50 yards or below need to have a second thing. I think some of the dishcloths...
I was going to say, dishcloths usually over 50 yards.
It depends on what you do. I've seen the smaller ones. You know what they are when you do them. So thank you in advance for any generosity you might be doing. And we still have our Evans home. We still have our Fort Royal Pregnancy Center. And then I mentioned Brittany already. And then Kimmy Kim, VT Kimmy Kim, who does the NICU and other things. Those, we'll go into more detail with those February 1st. Okay? All right. Wow. Well, still not as bad as we've done in the past.
Well, also recall that we have had 2
Oh, that's right.
stops and starts. Don't count that in.
But that's only, they were only about 3 or 4 minutes apiece.
Don't
yeah,
count
about
this
20
as
minutes.
actual time.
It's about 22 minutes. We're about even. Okay. In other groups, no, we don't have other groups. In our group, the PA10 Ready Set Go Cal Cal Lao 2020 has started, and I know that it is active because I see all the activity. I haven't been able to say a whole lot because we've been busy in and out. I am very grateful to our moderators and to our group members who will keep things running for us. You guys are amazing. Our wonderful, wonderful co-hosts for this are the Cozy Up Knit ladies. Okay, Jamie, Sarah, Chrissy, and Katie. Thank you, Jamie. I think it was who answered me and said that it is Chrissy. We missed her on the last podcast. She was, not that they weren't good by themselves, but we missed Chrissy. She's sweet. They're all very sweet, and they are our wonderful co-hosts. Their hashtag is a little different than ours. Ours is hashtag PHN Ready Set Go 2020. Theirs is hashtag Cozy Up Knits. I think it's MCAL. Make along.
Yeah, I think it is.
You can see it in our group notes, okay, and in their notes.
Didn't you write it down?
I did, but it's further along. I'll get to it in a second. Okay, the rules, as I've always done now for several weeks, I'm going to go through the detailed rules for one along of ours and then just what is different for the other alongs. So it runs January 1st, 2020 through March 31st, 2020. No previous whips are allowed for this, for us, or for Cozy Up Knit as well, because it's starting all the things, okay? Anything started January 1st or beyond, and the whips that follow from those projects, okay? And it's 1 whip per project per week, and the FO whenever it's finished. For the month of January, you have another 2 weeks or so, give or take, till January 31st is over, to post your frogs as well for a chance at the prize. But you must show the project and then the frog project, okay?
What if they frog a frog?
That would be great. But no extra points.
No extra points for frogging.
So, and then after that, once we hit February, the frog pond is not eligible for anything, okay? Chatter and pictures are all in the same thread. Whatever you decide to knit, loom knit, or crochet is acceptable, but if the project is less than 50 yards of yarn, please post 2 items together. It doesn't have to be the same project, just 2 things together, okay? 1 whip per, okay, I already said that. Any Franciscan Gypsy Designs, Lady Vertical Creations Designs, my shawl, Cozy Up Knits Designs, they will be eligible for 2 chances at a prize for the FO. And anything in my yarn, that will be eligible for 2 chances at a prize as well. And if you marry the yarn to the project, then that is eligible for 3 chances at a prize. Featured yarn, featured project, okay? And it's Cozy Up Knits Ready Set Go MAL. M-A-L. That's right, because we always say MAL is bad. Okay.
Yes.
All right. We do have prizes. I don't have them with me at the moment. We'll have to wait till February.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
late in the month anyway.
Now for the charity along, this one goes all year long, and all the normal rules apply: knit, crochet, and loom knit, okay, and the whips and all that. And the thing that's different for this one is that previous whips are allowed for this one. We usually accept previous whips for everything except our Ready Set Go.
Right.
All charity projects will be accepted, but baby items will be eligible for 2 chances at a prize, as will the dishcloths that go to Brittany, as we mentioned previously, okay? And that is only till the 24th. Not all dishcloths, just the ones going to Brittany, okay? Prizes will be announced soon. As always, any Franciscan Gypsy Designs project, any of my shawl project, my yarn, or Crocheting Hoovian's yarn. That's Lollipop Girl yarns, okay? Will be eligible for 2 chances at a prize. And if you use the yarn and a featured pattern together, 3 chances at a prize. As always, for both alongs, you're responsible for your own multiple postings, okay? Our prizes so far for this, we have a donation from Pat, who's Looney Hiker, a very generous donation of one of her patterns. If you don't know what her patterns are, go look at Lovecrafts. And I don't know if they're on Ravelry, Pat. You'll have to let us know. I'm pretty sure they are if she's still there. But they are definitely on Lovecrafts. I keep wanting to say Cozy.
I was like, Cozy doesn't sell other people's patterns.
And we have a Knit Baby book and a Knit Baby book set, which is a layup pattern book and baby book. So that's that we have, okay?
Hey.
Do you have anything else you want to say?
Nope.
Okay, so we have to go right into rough drafts.
And I have 5 and you have 7, so you go twice.
So I go first twice. Okay. All right, my first one is in my Knitting's My Bag Angel bag. And this is my Moon Garden Shawl project from the Mrs. Howell and Moon Garden Shawl by Carolyn McPherson. This is on Lovecrafts. And I'm using US 7 Chow Goo red lace.
Howell, like from...
Yes, that always makes me laugh.
Okay.
Miss Babs Yowza in the Franklin and Rainforest colorways, and Mad Tosh in a one of kind that Talia gave me. I have a couple of them. I didn't make a whole lot of progress on this, actually. I don't even know if I actually worked on this. It looks like I'm in the same place.
Didn't you take a pic? No, you didn't.
Okay, so I thought I worked on
Maybe
this.
you worked on it during the podcast.
Yeah, that might have been what it was. Because I know what it was. I was working on it when you were talking about all your FOs.
Okay.
So
I only had like 2.
wasn't that the time you had all the FOs?
Yeah, that was the week before that.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if I actually worked on this. But
I'm sure you did.
You're getting to see it again. Okay. I haven't made a whole lot of progress, but I've been kind of hard pressed to focus on anything. I will try to work on this week if I get the chance. Of course, I'm going to be busy this weekend because I have to make her. I made her birthday cupcakes. Her birthday's tomorrow.
Yes.
And I have to make her dinner and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know how much yarn stuff I'll be doing this weekend. But we do have a long weekend here in the States. So
Yes, we do.
okay. My next one you haven't seen in a while. This is in my Ploverbird Owls bag, and this is my Autumn and Avonlea project from the Anne's Imagination Cow Green Gables inspired pattern by Tanya Marie Anderson. And that's Sampler Girl.
You haven't worked on that one in a while.
I haven't. But I looked at the yarn. I was like, I want to work on this. And I think I made a little bit of a design error because somebody was talking to me or something, and I got off count. But it's fine. Isn't this pretty? You can see. I don't know if you can see the pattern there. See it?
Yeah, you can see the texture.
Yeah, isn't that pretty? And I think I made a little mistake on this side here. I think I got mixed up with where I was knitting and purling, but I didn't feel like thinking back and maybe potentially ruining it. So it's not going to be noticeable. I'm just going to leave it. But I like the way the yarn is working up. I think this is Skano.
It's kind of unusual. I think it might be Skano.
I think it's Skano. And the thing about Skano, at least early on, they would send you the yarn. They wouldn't send you the weight.
Well, I don't think that this came from Skano themselves. I think that was when we were doing that one yarn club. They sent us a couple Skanos.
But I don't know
because I had that color too.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Here's the way they don't send a ball band.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had that color too.
Or they didn't back then. So I have 2 of these, and I think this is the one that when I bought it, she said to me, I was primarily a crochet. She said, "You know it's knitting, right?" And I said, "Yeah, I know. I just want it." So she's really sweet. Tanya Marie. She's a Sampler Girl. I think she's still a Sampler Girl, isn't she?
I'm pretty sure she is.
Yeah. So put that in here.
I don't know that she's still actively podcasting. She stopped.
I don't
for a
think she's
while.
podcasting. I think she used to have an audio and a video.
And then she stopped the audio.
Yeah, and then she stopped the video for a while. And I don't know. She does cross stitching and stuff. That's where Sampler Girl came from. She did cross stitching patterns.
She was a designer.
Yeah. So, okay, there we go. That's mine.
Okay, so let me open up my show notes.
I think the sugar hadn't dissolved too much. That's why I'm.
Oh, okay. Did you not stir it?
I did. Sometimes it just seems to take a little, I forgot how much I like my Plum Deluxe tea.
So in my TARDIS, I'm sorry, excuse me, TARDIS Bigger on the Inside bag by Ploverbird, is my Adoptment Wood by K.F. Jones. I call this my bonfire wrap. And it's Miss Babs Yows in the colorways Wanna Go Crazy, and it's a brown that I lost the ball band to.
Right.
I picked it up for a possible design that I ended up not pursuing because I got sick and
Was that
couldn't
for
focus.
Coco?
Yeah, it was supposed to be for the muzzle for Coco.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it matched almost exactly the muzzle for the original. Because I had picked up a couple different browns.
Coco is a bunny she had as a child that she loved to death so much that it was almost real.
Yeah, I mean, it's worn down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to think of him as my Velveteen Rabbit.
Yeah. And she still loves that bunny.
Yeah. But he's about
Just maybe a little smaller, but yeah.
yay high, and then he has his ears that are
Yeah.
flopping. They probably stood up at one point.
Maybe. I don't remember.
He's had them flop for so long. But anyway, that's where the brown comes from. And then the orange and yellowish colors, they're from a Dragonfly Fibers kit that was supposed to kind of like gradates. It was part of a sweater kit. I've used the yarn for everything, but I've used it for color work and all sorts of things.
Not that the pattern probably wasn't wonderful.
No,
but
it's just that then I got it and it's like, oh, hey, look, other things.
Yeah. We're funny that way. We get it and fully intend to do the pattern, then don't do it.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I'll get it and I'll like, okay, the pattern's fine, but I'd rather do it with something else.
Yeah.
Because it's already there.
So I'm almost done
Oh, look at that, Taya.
with the back part. Kind of makes me think of a tiger up here. Like makes me think of the bangles. You know how theirs kind of has that. Kind of makes me think of the bangles. But
This makes me think of the Browns, though.
yeah, this makes me think of the browns, but this part here makes me think of the bangles.
I don't know. See, there's no brown in the Bengals.
Oh, they have the oranges.
Well, I guess they have the oranges, but
they have a lot of the same colors as we
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Because they came off of us.
yeah,
They're our
well,
little brother.
We call him the little brother. Yeah.
Because Jim Brown started them too. So, anyway. Yeah, so I'm almost done with the back, then I'll split for the front. So, I really want this. I need to block my other one because it keeps curling. But I haven't stopped wearing it long enough.
I need to block my shawl.
Well, I'm planning on doing some blocking next week because I have some hats I want to block into Tams.
Well, I guess what we're going to be doing a blocking party.
So,
Especially since you probably have to borrow my,
for my hats, I don't.
no, for the shawls.
For the shawls, possibly.
Well, if we do them
I have
together.
I have more than you.
Yeah, if we do them together, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't. For my hats, I won't need.
No, I'm not
those.
asking for your
Yeah.
blocking. No, I'm talking about the shawls.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not going to block mine until I have this one.
Well, I need to block mine.
Yeah. I'm not blocking my blue one until I have this one. Because I haven't stopped wearing it long enough.
Oh, this you mean? Yeah.
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 I have to have this finished first.
I need to get back to work on that.
So it's a nice project to have on the go. It slowed down a little bit when I had to start measuring. I mean, it was getting close. But then I have about an inch left. And I measured how many rows are an inch. And I'm like, okay, I'll go that far. And then I'll measure again.
That's a good idea because right now I'm going to show you my next project, which is a tiny little project. But I'm supposed to do a certain amount of inches, and I can't get to that certain amount of inches. It just goes on.
Sometimes
and
you
on
just
and
need
on.
to find a good stockinette section, measure, and be like, okay, how many rows, and then check off the
The
rows
thing
as you go.
This isn't a stockinette project. Okay,
that makes it a little bit of a problem.
This is my in my Silver Shed USA. Yay, Anne! Love Anne Brody. Is my baby? This is the project I was telling you about. My Little Boy Blue baby hat project. Okay, aren't I done with this yet? No. I'm supposed to go a certain amount of inches, and every time I measure it, I swear it goes backwards. I don't know. I don't want to give you the amount. I guess it doesn't matter. I can say it's supposed to be 10 inches.
Yeah, isn't it free anyway?
I think so.
Yeah.
So this is extremely stretchy, and I still don't know how it's going to work when I think maybe I seam it and pull the top. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work. But anyway, it's very stretchy, and it's supposed to be 10 inches, and it's not 10 inches yet. I think, well, maybe it is now. Let me see. I'm going to have to measure it.
Yeah, I don't have a tape measure.
I have it
Right
I have
innately
one
in my
here.
hand.
I have it. Hold on. Let me just
I know
see.
I have it in my back and my feet, but I have my hands full.
Let me just see here. It's been really hard to get to that length. It just seems that, I mean, it seemed like I had like 4 or 5 inches last time I measured it. And that's kind of,
Well, that's the way this was feeling with this. And I was like, I was hoping to be done with. We already separated for the front, so I went to the doctor's office, which is why I did the measuring, so I knew how many rows. Because I was like, I want to bring this with me, and actually, that's. Did I work on it there? I think I worked on it in the car.
Yeah, see, this is only 7 inches. It's just like, and I work on it. I do 3 or 4 or 5 rows at a time. It's a very easy repeat, and I'll do several rows at a time, and it just doesn't seem to grow.
Well, that's also hard because it shrinks on itself.
Yeah, it does.
So I kind of feel like that affects things too.
Yeah, and I like the project. There's nothing wrong with the project. It's very relaxing, but I'm like, well, grow, grow. And it's a very nice project. It's a little frustrating because it's slow,
Right, you want it to grow
and
now.
I want it to grow now. But patience has never been my strong suit. There we go. Your turn.
Okay, so hang on, let me.
Because you said I had to do 2 one time.
Is it all one time? Yeah, because it'd be 7, 6. How many do you have left?
1, 2, 3, 4.
And I have. Wait, I had 6, right?
You had,
Wait, I don't remember how many projects I have.
I forget, 5.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I did have 5. So you have how many left? 6 left?
No, I have 4 left.
Oh, you have 4 left. Okay. So, let me just do one more stitch. I was hoping to be at the end of this row by now, but I guess I'm showing something else first. In my Silver Shed USA Tree Frogs bag.
Not tree turtles.
Yeah, because I did used to call it tree turtle.
You did. I never can remember why. I didn't look like tree turtles.
I have no idea why I used to say that. But I think my brain fog was heavier than I realized back then.
Right. I think we were doing tortoise versus the hare when you were doing it a lot, so you kept saying tree turtles.
I did it for a long time.
Yeah, you did.
I really think I was having serious trouble with brain fog and I didn't know it. Am I in the middle of the road? No, I'm not. Okay.
And it matches. It's matchy.
So
matchy.
this is my Buttercups and Bluebells Field, and it's On the Forest Floor by Simone Carite. And this is all Yowza. Miss Babs Yowza. Whoopsie, thank you.
We like, if you haven't noticed, we like Miss Babs.
Yeah.
Yowza.
And we've got Butternut Squash. Buttersquash?
No. It's Squash Blossom.
I always call it the wrong thing. Squash Blossom. Dragon's Flight. Inkwell.
Right. Inkwell's pretty. That would be really pretty with the Zing. Inkwell and Zing.
You're using it together.
I probably am because I think it's pretty.
Well, you're using it in your
Dobbinwood.
Dobbinwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget what the other color was I'm using in the
It's
Dobbinwood.
a light blue.
Oh, right. Right. Was it,
I think it's a light blue.
is it Miss Babs?
It might be.
Because I think you gave it to
I
me.
think I gave it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it might have been one of the ones I used in my
The blue and the light blue of this. Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, it's Chirp.
I think you might be right. It might be
yeah,
Chirp.
it's Chirp. We, as we've said multiple times, and if you've been around a while, know we kind of raid each other's stashes.
So, this got some work on it. I had chosen these colors to match a colorwork hat I knit. That's actually one of the hats I want to block. I want to block it as a tam.
Gotcha.
I think it would look good as a tam.
I think we were wise to wait on that other hat for that gift because I saw her yesterday at church, and not yesterday. Did we go to church yesterday? Before, yeah, we went to church.
You guys did?
I saw her there, and she does tend to favor a different one.
Okay, so I'm glad I'm keeping the tam version for myself. Because that one wouldn't have worked as well for normal slouch. It really was better for tam.
Right.
So, I'll just block the other one as a slouchy. It's more of that style anyway. So, I think she'll get better use out of that. But yes. So this is to match one I'm going to be blocking as a tam. And that was one of the first major colorwork ones I did.
Not pretty.
So, this has been in the works for a long time.
As Davina says, it's pretty. I wouldn't wear it, but it's pretty. Davina is the master of backhanded compliments.
Yes. So, yes.
As I say, the mistress of backhanded compliments.
And I could wear this with some nice
Excuse me.
green, yellow, or blue.
Or black.
Yeah.
Okay. And you might hear some noises in the background. My husband might be getting ready to get out of his art room. Okay, my next one is in my Peekaboo Holiday Owls bag. And this is another one you're saying, good gravy, woman, why aren't you finished with this? I actually did quite a bit on this, and I just said, I'm tired of working on it. I don't want to finish it right now.
So
I worked on this. We spent a good amount of time in doctor's office yesterday and the day before.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked on this quite a bit yesterday, and it's just shy of where it needs to be. So it will be, and this one will probably be going to Kim. I keep saying that, and Kim's like, yeah, well, you're never going to get it to me. You never get me anything. So I'll try, Kim, no guarantees. And it's a preemie hat. And it's just, I don't know why it's taking me so long to do this. Usually
it's not what you wanted to work on.
I guess it must be. So, but it's fun, and it's very basic. And hopefully this will be done by the end of the week.
Are you saying my yarn? Oh,
What? Oh, okay.
It was caught.
And this is just simply, I love this yarn, worsted orange, and a Cindy Wood loom.
We just slipped past this.
I think Kim doesn't believe me anymore.
I wouldn't believe you either.
Neither would I, actually.
So, okay.
Kim, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yes. In my knitting's my bag, puzzle pieces bag. It can go down.
Oh, you're not going to use it?
No, it's
Oh, okay.
it just has the extra ones that I can then use to.
Right, okay.
So I am using some Dragonfly Airport hot sauce, and then this is that gold yarn that Brittany gave me for ornaments. And this is another Arne & Carlos pattern. It is Christmas Bird.
Oh, neat.
And I don't want to pull it so you can see the picture because then it takes my view off of the chart.
It's also showing the pattern.
Yes, but I could probably, actually what I can do.
Because it would be showing the chart.
I might be able to show them the picture without showing the chart if I do something.
Oh, okay.
Let me go ahead and open it up in my Kindle here. Because I don't want to pull off my chart here. Because then I have to find my place again. Okay, so library. Itching. Patterns, there we go. And then Arne & Carlos. And, yes. Okay. So,
That's cute.
that's what it looks like.
Bird.
So, my bird is going to be gold.
Mm-hmm. I would have done that blue and silver.
And I might do that at some point. But
No surprise there.
I had scraps that I wanted to use in different colors, and I hadn't done this color combination yet.
That's going to be pretty.
So,
It's going to be dark, but it's going to be pretty. It's going to look like ketchup and mustard.
the gold is going to lighten up.
Ketchup and mustard. Reminds me of that rose that was called, what was it called? It was called ketchup and mustard, wasn't it?
I don't know.
That rose?
But, yes, so this is another Arne & Carlos. Probably going to be meant for the table.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if I really, really like it when it's done and must have it, then I'll keep it. But, for our treat. But it's intended for the table.
Okay. My next one is my Plover Bird Teapots on a Yellow Field bag. This one here. This is my Perfectly Reckless Cowl project from the Sarah Bell scarf pattern by Sarah Sweethearts, and I'm using Miss Babs Yazwood skein in the Perfectly Reckless colorway. I don't know why I have in the inner. That's really weird. So I made a little progress on this. This is definitely going to be bright. Whoever gets this, you will not lose them.
It's bright, but it's not. It's kind of a dark bright.
Yeah, it is. Davina really liked this, but she
I think she likes it to.
Yeah, she
though.
doesn't wear cowls.
Yeah.
Generally. So this, I have to see how much of the yarn I have. I'm pretty sure I'll get through this, and then I have this as well. I don't know if I'll get through all of it, but I'll make a good stab at it.
Stabbing at things.
Stabbing at things. Oh, there's something in here. Okay, so that's that. And this is just kind of my comfort crochet. I just kind of, it doesn't require a whole lot of thought, so I just
Right.
can sit there and do it
And feel happy.
and be happy because because it's done with the weight I'm doing the yarn, it goes pretty quickly because you have large stitches.
Mm-hmm.
So
Just flipping my
let me see here.
stitch marker. Okay, there we go. All right, so put this back over here. Where
I don't want my tea to get cold. That's why I'm drinking so much.
And actually, I'm waiting for mine to get cold because I'm still not supposed to move. Basically, permanently, I'm not supposed to move my head a whole ton. I had to act like I'm.
And we'll
in a
talk
brace.
more about that
Yeah.
during medical.
But the point of why I'm bringing it up now is if I'm drinking something hot and I'm starting to get toward the bottom, I like to let it cool because otherwise I have hot liquid going right toward my
I'm going to
face.
get her a tippy cup. Tippy cup.
So I just have to drink hot beverages maybe different than I used to. Luckily, I never minded when my tea got cold. So
Yeah, yeah. That would be hard for me because I like my tea hot.
right. Well, if you notice in restaurants now, I now lift my plate up.
Yeah.
Because it's hard for me to look down to see what I'm eating. But next thing is in my I'm stuck.
And you might get some of that motion back with physical therapy.
Well, I'm not supposed to.
Not at all.
No, because we'll go more into that.
Okay.
No, it's not because I've lost it. It's he does not want me to.
Okay. Well, he's the expert. So.
Yes. In my Silver Shed USA Yarny bag, this is Davina's Christmas stocking, which, so that is a mixture. It's, the base pattern is, okay, there it is. The base pattern is Christmas Stocking Timeless Christmas by Pattern Duchess. And I'm using Lady Fernico Creation Sport, and it's Quicksilver and some blues that Mama dyed up.
Was it Quicksilver or was it Silver Bells?
That was Quicksilver. No, you're right, Silver Bells.
Yeah.
It was Silver Bells. And I used some charts from a, I accidentally got rid of my notes. I used some charts from a chart book, Scandinavian chart book that I had to make it what Davina wanted. Oopsie, not the one I wanted.
And she is very knit-worthy. When she likes something, like you saw her, she wore that thing. The softness of the original has gone out. Now it feels like a teddy bear or something that has been loved to death. And that's why I was looking at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I was feeling like this would make an awesome stuffed animal because I can't imagine working with
Oh
stuffed
my
animals.
gosh, you can't tear it back. Mom.
Yeah, I know.
You really
Well,
can't.
you know how I reacted with Unforgettable. I call it Unforgivable. I could not work with that yarn to make a toy.
No, because when I made a mistake on it, I actually,
You had to tear it out and break. You had to,
I
you
had
lost
to-
some of it. Yeah.
I cut it, had to work carefully to tear it out. Then, in order not to lose all the yarn, because I wasn't sure how much I needed, I would roll it up. Sometimes I had to cut again. Roll. So I had like piece,
Little balls, yeah.
piece, well, all in the same ball.
Yeah.
So Davina's scarf is made up of a bunch of little pieces.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like I didn't lose any of it,
Yeah.
or I didn't lose much of it because I saved it that way.
Yeah.
But it was.
But it still would make an awesome stuffed animal. It's just the idea of working with it freaks me out.
It doesn't freak me out. It's horrible.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, ugh,
My brain dies. But
my hands hurt thinking about it.
it doesn't hurt your hands.
It would if you have to keep tinking it
Yeah.
back.
But, and also, you can't see your stitches to see like
Right.
increases and stuff. It
Right.
really does become a big fuzz.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is Davina's Christmas stocking,
It's not pretty.
and I'll have to block it on my sock blockers. I think my sock blockers are big ones, with the thought process that it would be for
Well, if it's
Christmas
not,
stockings.
if it's not, you can always get one for your birthday or something next year or whatever.
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty?
So,
Isn't that pretty?
Davina's big dog is starting to show up. Has one on each side. The idea that, they're kind of facing each other. And then, next part will be the heel. And this is actually like, I wasn't as worried about the height count. If the height was a little longer, no big deal. I was more worried about the width. So, this part of the chart is a little longer than the original.
That's okay.
No, it's fine.
It's a stocking.
Exactly. This is a little bit, I think it actually called for a worsted Aran, and this is a lighter weight yarn. But I think I had knit my original one in a lighter weight.
I don't think it's a sport weight. I think it's a DK.
It's a DK, yeah, but still it's a lighter weight.
Yeah.
So it's fine when I block it. It'll take care of that a little bit. And she's happy with it, which is what's most important.
Yeah, she gets really excited about things like that.
And it's in the colors that she wanted, and it's enjoyable for me to knit, which the other one was not. And actually, I really like. I'm going to keep alternating the colors like that, because the other one did something weird where it only alternated in one section. It was like a little section down at the bottom of the foot, and I was like, "Oh, that's weird." It really stood out weirdly.
The other one, the other pattern,
The original pattern.
the original pattern.
And it looked okay, but it was kind of weird. I prefer this. I like it to.
Well, I think if you're going to do something like that, you either have to leave it all in one color or alternate every one, and not just all and then alternate one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Either alternate or don't alternate.
Yes.
Sorry,
So
guys.
this worked out well. Or if you just alternated like this at the top of the foot, because there's only 3 charts at the top, and then there's like 3 charts at the bottom or something like that. But if you only alternate one of the charts, and it wasn't even the one in the middle, it was like really weird the way they did
The
it.
tea is all gone.
Probably because you drank it all.
all
So
gone.
I'm really happy. I really am very happy about how that
It looks gorgeous.
I think she's gonna love that.
Oh, I think so. Yep.
So I do need to work on that more. But there's no time limit for that.
And we're not putting the stockings away. My husband is figuring out a way to hang them all year round because he likes them so much.
Yeah, he really does like color work. And Davina's is the last one I need to make for family. Immediate family. Then I had to start thinking about if I want to make some for other members of the family, extended family, just send them Christmas stockings.
Right. And we have the one I made for Mike is going to go to baby Jesus because mine is not color work, it's crocheted. So, all right, now the next thing here is a new one, I think. In my Knitting's My Bag, Faith, Hope, and Love sock bag is my So Soft face cloth. It's in here. And this is by, I'm not sure who this is by. I thought I put it down. I didn't put who did it. I'll have to look it up.
Who
Oh, wait a minute.
did
It's
it? Who did it?
And yes, it is a reference for all you movie people out there. This is the washcloth knitting pattern by Rachi Knits. Rachi is her name is Rachel, and she's from New Zealand. And you can find it at rachiknitswordpress.com. But I think I got it. I don't know where I got it.
Do you know what Rachi makes me think of?
No.
Okay, so it is a study in scarlet.
Okay.
The lady is found and written on the wall in blood is Rache.
Oh, okay.
And that was part of the mystery. Was it a woman's name? Was it?
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I believe it's supposed to be German or something for revenge. Or
Yeah, I don't remember. I haven't. Okay, I started this and then I restarted it, but I'm past where I was when I began. This is my progress on it. It's a face cloth, but it could be used as a dishcloth, I guess. It's very soft because it's Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton.
Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby, Hobby Lobby, Lobby. Can you see the fact that it's got stockinette up here and garter here? I can't. And it's got borders on the sides. Very, very, very simple. The reason I stopped was I know how to tink back, but sometimes I mess it up, so I had to start over again. And the color is a really pretty kind of teal. I don't know what, it might just be teal. Let me see if I have the ball band in here. No, I guess I don't. Okay. Hobby Lobby, I love this cotton, and this is not blue.
No, it really isn't.
It really isn't. I don't know what colorway this is, but it's not blue. I'll just say it's teal, and I'm enjoying it. This is a fun pattern. It's another one that, as long as I pay attention to where the garter stitch goes, it's just sit there and do it.
Right. Let me just knit so I don't lose my marker.
Okay.
Okay. So, my last one that I had actually tried to pull up when Davina I was going over Davina's. And Davina was in my Christmas Peanuts Christmas by Silver Shed USA. This is Silver Shed USA knitting
We
bag.
love Anne.
And this is the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe tam designed by, brain died. Linda Moss.
If my brain died?
No, my brain died. But I remembered before I put up my show notes. Linda Moss. She designed it for the PHN group. I had originally done it in a bunch of colors because I prefer more colors for when I knit color work. But when I do that, it doesn't go with all my clothing, which is unfortunate. But this is the one that Mom was originally going to start it for herself.
And I did.
And she did. And then she's like, I don't want to knit this. And she tore hers out.
But
and
I
gave it to
wanted
me.
it. But I wanted the hat.
So I'm going to block it as a tam for Mom. And this is her Lady Frankel Creations. It's Bare Necessities and
Forever Blue Jeans.
Forever Blue Jeans. So
I love it. It looks like Wedgwood, and I love Wedgwood.
I chose to do the blue in the background.
I like the way it's turning out. I think it pops that way.
And it would have been fine if I'd done the way in the background, but I'm really glad I went with the blue in the background.
I like it that way. It is so pretty.
So I'm starting to decrease, as you can see. I'm probably going to switch over DPNs pretty soon.
Isn't that
So
I really like that.
that turned out really nicely so far.
I'm so excited about that hat.
When this is done, I'll probably have to start another one of Linda's hats because I do enjoy her color work. And I have all her patterns, so. And I did do a search on Ravelry, because you can search without being a member. See if she put up any new designs. I don't see any new ones, so I have all of her.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, I don't think I did a search on Ravelry. I just think I did a search Linda Moss
yeah.
knitting patterns on Google,
Yeah.
and no new ones came up. So I do have all of her patterns still. I probably shouldn't do that to myself,
Yeah.
but
I'm sure you can just contact her. You still have her email.
yeah.
And she'd be more than willing to sell you, via PayPal, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, this is very nice. I just love the way she designs.
I love the way those colors worked out together.
Yeah.
So pretty.
So yeah, this is what I've worked on for quite a bit of the time in the waiting room yesterday. Actually, I think I did that to Dr. Henderson's too.
Right. Okay, my last one. No, that's not right.
You finished.
Did I?
Yeah, you had 4, I had 5.
No.
You finished?
No, because I had one more than you.
You said you had 4, I had 5.
No, I said I had 7.
Yeah.
I went 1, 2.
Well, when I asked you how many you left, you said you had 4.
I did.
But I had... Oh, yes.
Okay. So
Brain died.
this is another new one. This is the Ocean Waves Blanket Project from the Ninnies. Ninnies? N-I-N-I? Ninny? Nicu Blanky from Knots of Love.
Nini?
Yeah, it's a free pattern.
I think you should say Nini, because
Nini.
Nini sounds
Yeah,
like you're calling
Nini.
her
I'll say
names.
Nini. Or, yeah, like Nina.
Yeah.
I started this a couple days ago. I'm using Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton and an H and I hook. They called for a J, an I and a J, I think, but my gauge is so big. And even so, they asked for a certain amount of inches, and when I dropped down, I still was too big. I had to drop down the number of stitches, the number of chains. So, I don't know if you'll be able to see the texture on this or not, because it's very dark. Can you see the texture there?
They can see a little bit.
A little bit. So this is, I think this would be big enough for a baby too. And
That's pretty.
Not just I'm wondering. It has very small spaces. I don't want little tiny fingers to get caught in it. But this is, I love this cotton, and if it is okay, if I determine that it is okay for the NICU, it'll go to Kim. If I'm not comfortable with that, I'll send it to the pregnancy center.
For a slightly older baby.
Yeah, for an older baby. And this is Heartland, Heartland Yarns, Lion Brand Heartland. And I love, this is one of the few acrylics that I really like. And I'm not a snob by any means. I like this and I like Hobby Lobby yarns.
It's a matter of feel.
It's a matter of feel. And like the only cotton I use with any consistency is Hobby Lobby. It gets a little bit floppy, but I don't use it for anything but dishcloth.
Because usually when I use acrylic, I have determined that I like it's the Lion Brand Heritage, I believe it's called.
Yeah, well, that's
Because it doesn't, I think it has some wool in it, and maybe that's
some of it does.
The one I have.
Yeah, because this one's 100% acrylic. I tend to like the Heartland.
That's not Heritage.
No, this is Heartland.
Yeah, I think. Oh, maybe it is Heartland that I'm talking about. I thought it was called Heritage.
Anyway, I like this particular yarn of Lion Brands.
Yeah.
And I like
Because, I think you're right, it is Heartland. For some reason, it feels more woolly for some reason.
this is 100% acrylic.
But it doesn't feel like it.
The one that's kind of neat for that is James C. Brett, I think. It's a nice feel to the yarn. And I think that's got some wool in it. Doesn't it, the chunky?
I don't think so.
I don't know, it's up there, I can't see. But anyway, this is a cute little pattern. I just have to be where I can see what I'm doing because this is a very dark yarn. And they do accept in NICU this yarn. It was one of the ones on the list.
Well, that's good.
So, as was Hobby Lobby, I love this cotton. So that gives me some options. They had, I'm not a big fan of Red Heart, not because I'm a snob, but because I don't like the way it feels on my hands. But I do understand, and I haven't used it yet. I have to see if Davina has them and try it. Red Heart Love and Red Heart Soft are supposed to be really soft. So that might be something to look in because they are affordable.
Right.
And Yarn Bee is very affordable as well. Hobby Lobby, that kind of stuff. I love this yarn. Excuse me, guys. I don't know what's going on with I have a cold or something. But, and the Yarn Bee, Hobby Lobby has several nice yarns that are acrylic. The Yarn Bee line is nice.
Although some of them, you do have to be careful. If you don't like the feel of acrylic, you might not like.
Right.
Because
Well, you have to pick and choose like in anything. You have what I guess I'm saying is that you have some choices there.
yes, you do.
Red Heart, I have to go back and revisit. I understand, like I said, that Red Heart Love and Red Heart Soft are soft, so I have to try that and see. Just to have some options for things for charity so I don't have to spend a huge amount of money to do the charity things I want to do. Okay. Oh, and this is my PHN Foon in the Woman Cave Lady Furnico bag. Okay, I love this bag. It makes me happy.
So I don't have any more projects.
Neither do I. Do you have any FOs?
I do.
How many?
One.
Okay, I have 2, but is yours a color? Okay, I'll just go then. Let me get my FOs. Excuse me while I get out of frame. Okay. My first FO is in my Kiki Boo bags, Teacups on a Brown Field. And this is my Sarah dishcloth project from the Cerebel scarf pattern. I finished this yesterday in the doctor's office. So you can see this one, Brittany, if I get some more set up, I'm intending to send to you. Okay, we'll see.
Now, is that the one you're knitting for yourself?
No, this is the one I did for myself.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this one's a little wonky. I mean, if she doesn't think it's wonky, I'll send it to her, but I can always make another one for myself. But, so this one is finished. And those of you who follow me on Instagram have seen it already because I put up a picture in the charity along, and I think I put it up in the Race Set Go because they were both new.
But it's not Instagram then.
Yes, it is.
Oh, you tagged it.
Yeah.
I thought you said you put it in the group.
Uh-uh.
I misunderstood you.
Okay, so that's that. And my other one,
I need tags on my Ready Set Go things.
yeah. Rena had commented, said, I don't see anything in the charity thing. And I said, oh, that's because there's nothing there yet. Because she was the first one. She thought she was doing something wrong. No, Rena, you were not doing anything wrong. Now there are things in there. And I was glad she brought it to our attention because I'm really bad about that. I love this bag. I say this over and over again. I didn't know if I'd be able to use this bag. I didn't think I was going to like it. I use this bag probably the most of any bag I have because Kim put the snap on it. That's Black Horse Knitter.
I don't think she makes bags anymore.
Is she Black Horse Knitter, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if she does. I love this bag. I love this. I just loop it onto things and snap it. And it's got these, it's not a metal snap.
Plastic snap?
Yeah. Kay was really enamored with those for a while. This is my...
I don't think the ones that she liked snapped at the handle. I think she liked they snapped shut.
She snapped it shut.
Yeah.
I don't care for the snap shut because I still feel like things fall out and it gives me a false sense of security. I'd rather have the zipper or the drawstring or whatever. But, excuse me, I do have a couple bags that do snap, but...
I don't think I have any that snap.
The ones we have from Knitter's Magic are...
Mine doesn't. Mine doesn't snap.
Oh, it's open?
I'm pretty sure mine's open.
Okay. Mine snaps. But I think it snaps. This is my watercolors Cal project from the Cerebel scarf pattern. And I finished this.
Excuse me.
I finished this at the doctor's office as well. Let me see if I
Yay.
can find the. Yeah, there it is. So. Oops, I got caught in my hair. So it's.
Just marking my tea intake.
There we go. I probably can do this 3 times around, actually.
It depends on how tight you want it around your neck.
Let me see here. Yeah, I can do it 3 times. See, and I can't really see what I'm doing, so I can't make it look pretty. But yeah, it keeps it warm. So this is
And also your hair stuck on there.
yeah, my hair's stuck in there. So this is finished, and this will be going either to somebody for charity or Evan's home, or it might be going to the table. I haven't quite decided.
Right.
Um,
Because
And-
when we're talking about things that go to the table, the proceeds are. Thank you. I have no idea what I do with this yarn.
you were gonna put it in your blanket.
Oh, that's right. Brain broke.
Okay.
Blanket has been ignored. Blanket needs attention again.
Yeah.
I think I'm trying to finish so many big projects that I want right now.
And this is something the reason why I haven't really been able to focus on a lot of things. I want to finish things because I'm like, oh, I want to start this. Oh, I want to start this. I have the other Cerebell. I'm hoping to finish. I probably will always have one of these unless my hands hurt.
Right.
On the hooks, it may be a scarf, it may be a cowl, it may be whatever. I like this pattern. It makes a great baby blanket. So I just think it was genius stroke of her to put this together like she did. And between her and another lady, I was able to learn how to modify it so I can widen it or narrow it or whatever. And so it's kind of my go-to. Okay, that takes care of that. You want to show
Oh,
yours?
yeah, it's my turn. I almost forgot about mine. Honestly, I was sitting there working on this ornament and I completely forgot. Let me.
Do you want me to get it?
I had to feel for it.
Yeah, I know you did.
So I finished another ornament, which is why I had one started.
That's so pretty.
So this is the what do they call them? Hobby horses? No,
Rocking horses.
rocking horses. Yeah, hobby horses right there, the ones on the stick.
Right. I like that. It's
So
pretty.
This is another Arne Carlos, and this is that maroonish color. It was a Matosh color.
kind of a purple brown,
Yeah.
wine maroon kind
And
of
this
color.
one's intended for the table.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Maybe it's slightly different colors. I'll make one for us.
Yeah.
But I have all year.
And if you hear people in the background, I apologize, but I don't want to get up and tell them that they're too loud.
Yeah.
So,
So yes, it is done.
all right. So, what's next?
That leads us on to usually it's shop news.
Okay, my Etsy shop. Thank you all for the mystery purchases. I sold out. I have, to the ones who purchased, Stephanie and Laura, I have them reskeined. They're waiting for their labels, and they will be listed in the next couple of days.
But everyone else
Okay.
should have theirs, right?
Everybody else, I've sent them out. And having said that, I do want to show you the bag. This is the thank you prize, not a prize, a thank you gift. I can only give one out from the lovely Anne Brody. The artwork is by Davina. Can you see the artwork? I know you can't probably see the words, but they say exotic, dancing, musical, mysterious, free spirit, exotic. So, and the gypsy has the tambourine, and these Anne donated to us, for me and Talia. So go ahead, Talia, which one you want.
You had requested the red.
But do you need the bigger one? Do you need a bigger one?
Probably.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, because I put my notebooks in here.
Okay. So
Thank you.
thank you, Anne, for your generosity. Anne is fabulous. If you don't have one of her bags and you want one of her bags, go. I mean, she is absolutely amazing. She is creative. She works with you. She is original. She has a backpack now out there.
Oh, does she?
Yes, she does. And I would, in my mind, Anne is probably the best bag maker out there. I mean, she is just absolutely fabulous. And she is always extremely generous with us.
Yes, she has.
And, if you want a bag and you don't know where to go, or if you have a little extra money, you got birthday money, Christmas money, whatever, check her out. She's
Yes.
fantastic, okay? You will not be disappointed. This is going to be for the winner of the mystery the winner of the thank you prize, thank you gift. It's I'm just waiting for the other two to go out. I may or may not have another mystery skein up. I don't think so, but keep an eye on the shop. And I will pull from my Etsy, you know, we have your orders. I have a list of all the names, and then I'll pull and I will let you know via Etsy, because I don't know how many, some of you might not be on the group.
Right.
So, because I've had some very generous people buying who aren't.
Yes.
Okay. So, thank you very, very much
Thank you so much.
for your support, and I will let you guys know how much that comes to as soon as I know. You guys were amazing. It's very, very helpful, and we are very blessed to have
thank
you
you.
with us. Thank you so much. Excuse me. I had, kind of on a side note, I was going to bed. We had spent all day almost at the doctor's offices yesterday from like about noon on. So I got home, and after my husband and I had a little date night because we had eaten so late, we wanted to stay up a little later. And I was shutting down the computer, and somebody I'd never heard of, she blew me away. She bought like 8 skeins of my yarn. And so I wanted to thank her. I don't know if she watches. I don't know if she just kind of stumbled on us on my yarn or what. But I thank her profusely for supporting, for just buying yarn from me. That was very nice. But that doesn't mean I'm going to be out of yarn. I still have the yarn that you guys I showed you last week. It needs to be photographed and listed, and then I have some new yarn. This is minus the skeins that are going for the mystery skeins, because I don't want Laura or Stephanie having an idea of what they're getting.
Right.
So let me show you what I've got. This one I'm not sure of the name. I have to go back and look. Excuse me, in my recipes to see if this makes me happy, or if it's what's the other one? Makes me happy, or
That's not Makes Me Happy.
no, I think this is the other one. What's it called?
I don't remember what the one calls, but I know it's not Makes Me Happy because I use Make Me Happy.
Makes me happy has green in it.
Yes, I was gonna say because I know I used it for the turtle and it had
Right.
green and pink.
This one is oh, I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, this is a variant of that one. Okay, it's what is it? Be happy. Somebody knows. Laura probably knows. This one is using a different blue than the original, and so it's a variant of that makes me happy. If you're happy and you know it.
I know. I was sitting there. I was like, I knew it was a child song,
Yeah.
and I was running through children's songs in my head, and I couldn't remember which
So
one.
this is a variant of if you're happy and you know it, and it will be up in the shop as soon as I can get it reskeined and photographed. Okay, so that's one. And then I have, this is provisionally called Shadow Dancing. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it that way or not. And it's showing up brighter or something. It's not accurate, the color.
It's kind of a periwinkle.
Yeah, it's kind of like a periwinkle.
You might need to have that for color work at some point too.
Okay, and I have 2 of these, and this is a fingering sock weight. I don't know if you can see some of the subtle variations in this.
I'm not sure it comes up very well because the color is not coming up very true.
Right. It's really more of a lavender purple periwinkle kind of color. It's not. I'm not sure what that color is on the screen.
Yeah.
It's brighter than this. So I have 2 of these. Has some very subtle variations, almost to a pinkish in some of this. It's not showing up on the camera at all. So I have 2 of these, and they will, again, when I get the time to do the pictures and all that, they will be going up. Okay. And then I have This one is Don't Worry, Be Happy. This one will probably be an autism awareness color when we get to autism awareness. Don't Worry, Be Happy. Very 80s. And the first thing that popped into my head was Don't Worry, Be Happy. So this is fingering sock, and I have 2 of these.
That's fun.
I like the way this worked out. I was unsure when I was doing it how I was going to feel about it.
Right.
Davina really likes it.
Mm-hmm.
She likes the variant better, but
Right.
it's a little brighter. So there's 2 of these. Okay. That's how, it looks rescanned. And then I have one of these. This is a DK. And this is Madam Mim. It's not exact in terms of it doesn't have all the colors, but it has enough of the colors that it's evocative of her. Madam Mim. I've always wanted to do a Madam Mim colorway, and I never quite got it. I was like, oh, this will work. Madam Mim. And this will be going up in the shop as well. This is a DK weight. So that's all the yarn I have at the moment to show you, because I can't show you the ones that are mystery. So
Right.
I don't want to give away what the people purchased, because then it wouldn't be a mystery anymore.
Exactly.
Okay, so that takes care of that. Put this in here. Excuse me. I don't know what's the matter with me. This probably should have taken my Claritin.
Probably.
Okay, there we go. That's that. All right. What's next? We have.
So it's at reading and that kind of stuff.
Oh, and do we have any stash enhancements?
I don't.
Except for our.
Right.
Our
But
bags.
we already showed that.
We already showed that. And I had a book that I picked up. It's the founder of the religious order that I'm a part of and Ty is a part of. That his name is Blessed James Alberione, and it's hard to get all his books because they're out of print until he becomes a saint. So I picked up one that
Not to mention, he was Italian, so getting things in English. Anyway.
yes, they have to be all translated, and I think the daughters mostly do that. But I found a book that I didn't have, and I picked it up really good condition, but it was in such good condition. You know how sometimes you get a book and they haven't separated the pages at the bottom all the way? So my husband has it because he's going to use an X-Acto knife to separate the pages for me. So I can't show it to you, but I was really excited to get that. Okay, reading.
So you've been reading anything?
I've actually been reading Spectre of the Future because I've been wanting to read,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't been reading our shared story as much, so I'm reading that. And I'm reading Catholicism by Bishop Barron.
Mm-hmm.
And I started The Biggest Lie in the History of Christianity by Matthew Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't. That's an easy read. It's a quick read, and I'm not sure, how I feel about the book itself, but
It kind of doesn't tell me anything I
didn't know. And it's very.
because I haven't been able to really get very far on it because it's.
He's a motivational speaker, and it's very motivational type
I
thing.
don't do very well with the motivational speaker type stuff if I feel like it's just repeating the same old stuff.
Right. And this was something that came in our Advent.
Yeah.
No, our St. Paul?
Our
No,
St. Paul. Our
was-
St. Paul.
It's a St. Paul box. And it's, and I'm not saying he's not a good
No, it
writer.
just might not be where I'm at right now.
Yeah, it's just, and I'll try to finish it, but it's very easy. If I just sat down, I could probably finish
Right.
it in a sitting. But it's just, I have to
It's not telling me anything new.
pick, if I want to self-help, I have to pick something that I want to do.
Right.
I have self-helps in this stuff, and I'm still on the fence about this particular author. So, but it's not, like I said, nothing out, nothing that shouldn't be read or anything. It's
No,
just
it's just not my thing
not,
necessarily.
So,
So for me,
are you reading? Are you doing reading? You're not doing
Yes.
health. Okay, I want to make sure you weren't going into health news.
for me, I have I've started and finished Emma. The BBC was easier to watch than the book was to read. Not because of Jane Austen Styles. Jane Austen Styles is always awesome. Emma's just a difficult character.
I couldn't get through the book, Emma.
They kind of toned down a little bit her class consciousness in the BBC series.
Was it a series or a movie?
It was a series.
Okay.
Just kind of like the BBC Pride and Prejudice
Right.
is a series. And did a good job of presenting the material to make it that I wanted to read the book. And it did a pretty accurate telling of the book. But like I said, they kind of toned down her her class consciousness. But she's very class conscious, which was
time
she's
period.
she's a product of her time period. But I'm used to more Jane Austen's heroines being from not necessarily the wrong side of tracks, although some of them
The other side
are,
of the tracks.
or not even the other, like the Bennets from Pride and Prejudice. They aren't poor, but
They're merchant class.
yes, they're more merchant class, and it's not. So they still have the capacity to have servants. They still. The father's still a gentleman. He doesn't have to work. They get their money off of their land.
Okay.
But her brother, one of her brothers is a lawyer, another of her brothers is a merchant. So it's like enough that they still aren't considered quite high class.
They're not
enough.
nobility. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not royalty. They're not.
They're landed gentry.
Yeah. They're not. They're probably not considered old money.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, they don't have a lot of. They're not like even the nobility who might have been poor, but they were still had families, so they were considered
Bloodlines.
Yeah, they didn't have the bloodlines. So it's just it's different reading a book from the other perspective, and I was a little spoiled, so sometimes she could be a little hard to read. But
It's very good characterization.
Oh, very good characterization. She's just a hard character to like sometimes, and you can. It's not like her motivations don't make sense based on her time period, based on where she is in her class in the time period. It's just difficult. I like Mr. Knightley, which is I mostly continued reading for Mr. Knightley.
Right.
But yeah, so I finished Emma, and then I've gotten into, which has actually kind of gotten in the way of my reading. I found on YouTube, I was watching some videos, and one of the ads on YouTube mentioned Curiosity Stream, and you can get a full month free with the code this channel had, and I don't even remember what the code is anymore. Not to mention, I couldn't give it out anyway because it's for people who watch that channel, and I happened to watch that channel. I got the code. I'm like, hey, I still watch their videos, so I took the code, and I got a month free of it. Well worth it. It's after the month free, it's like $20 a month. $20 a year. Excuse me, not a month. $20 a year.
$20 a year is a month a lot.
No, sorry, $20 a year. It was like $2 a month if you'd either $2 a month or $20 a year. I went with the $20 a year option. It's actually like $19.99. But what Curiosity Stream is a documentary. Not free. It's a subscription to documentaries, which is awesome to me. I
like documentaries.
And they have a ton of them. So I've been watching a lot of documentaries. And it takes out the ads. There's no ads to it. You get a bunch of different documentaries. One of the ones that I finished that I really enjoyed. I enjoyed most of the ones I watched, but they had one called. It was a series, and it was called A Stitch in Time, and they would go to a piece of art, an older piece of art from a different era, take a look at the clothing in the art. There would be a set of historical, historical, what do they call them now, sewists?
Seamstress.
I didn't use that term anymore. But,
I use that term. I don't care what they call them now. That's what they are, seamstress.
yeah.
I think they call them sewists now.
But regardless, they had these ladies made historical garments. They had a set of three ladies who would try to make the garment in the way that they would have made it back then.
Wow.
The dye, not necessarily, but they would try to come as close to the way that they would have made it back then to truly determine what would go into, and to use the same kind of materials. so that way you could really get the drape and everything right. Then the lady who was hosting the thing was a fashion historian, and then she would go and talk to people who were art historians. Okay, what can you tell me about the piece of art? And then she would sometimes, depending on the case, also go, if the art historian didn't know enough about the person in the painting, she might go to a different kind of historian to find out more about the person itself, themselves in the painting. And for like a Dido painting, because it was a lady who
They don't know who the Dido painting is necessarily.
right, it's basically you had, this would have been, heavens, colonial, I feel like it was before the Revolutionary War for us, because I think that the British still had our colonies. But so you had a lady who was born on a slave ship illegitimately, and the guy sent her to be with his family, his brother. They treated her as part of the family, but because of the time period between her skin color, because unfortunately at the time period that's the way it was back then, and the fact that she was also illegitimate, they would treat her like family, but still it wasn't.
There was always a barrier.
There was always a barrier. She wasn't treated like a slave or a servant. She was still considered, wore certain kinds of clothes. She had a stipend, that kind of thing. She had better living circumstances than a lot of people who
at that time.
At that time period, who would have been in her situation. But because of the circumstances of her birth and things like that, she still had this weird relationship with her family, but she wasn't. So it was really interesting, because then we go into the history of, the cotton trade in England having an effect on the slave trade, and particularly in Liverpool. It was just it was more than just, this is the history of fashion, we're going to make clothes. It's like, this is the history of fashion, this is how fashion affected history, and this is a little bit about this person in the painting.
Yep. And you learned that, not all the periods of history were necessarily good periods of history. They were,
Right.
it was the good and the bad and the ugly, so.
Right. Something as simple as the first episode, they talk about, it was King Charles, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
He brought in the idea of the vest, because he was trying to get he was trying to tone down the opulent fashion, because England had been through a tumultuous time period, and he's trying to say, look, we're not being extravagant. The royalty's okay, we're good, we're still, trying to show rank, but we're not extravagant. So he brought in a different style from France, which was very opulent. You had the Sun King on the other side, who was super opulent. I think they were cousins. They were somehow related.
I think back then they were almost all of them were related somehow.
But so when he brought in the vest as an attempt to bring in a different British style, the Sun King, to show how much he didn't approve of that style, his disdain of that style, chose to put his servants in the vest. So it was just interesting things like that, and about how, like I said, fashion was dictated by the politics and the times, and also had an effect on the time. So it's just interesting things that you don't think about. So that was those kind of things in this service. So I'm really enjoying that. I'm watching a lot of documentaries, which I've always liked documentaries anyway. But yeah.
Okay. Excuse me. I think we are basically going into real life stuff now. So if you don't want to hear the hospital news or any of that kind of stuff, we understand. We're glad that you were with us, and we hope to see you back for the Fun in the Woman Cave next week. We will say goodbye, but first I want to thank, before you leave, in case you're one of these people, I want to thank our YouTube commenters, Pat, Wombat of Doom 53, Angela, Cozy Up Knits, Brittany, and Jackie. Those are the people who were on our YouTube comments when I sent my show notes to myself this morning. If I missed you, I apologize. We do appreciate your comments. We also want to say thank you to the people who commented on our PHN home. I think Stephanie was the only one this time.
Also, we had a comment from Chronically Crocheting on the previous
on the
episode.
previous yes, thank you,
episode,
Cheryl. Thank you, not Cheryl. Thank you, Crystal.
Yes.
Appreciate that. So we'll say goodbye to those of you who don't want to listen to this other stuff. The knitting and crocheting portion is over. Once again, I do want to thank everyone who participated in the mystery yarn sale.
Thank you.
The 2 people who are waiting, it will be up shortly. Just keep your eyes open for it. Laura, I sent you a PM on Etsy in case you haven't seen it, so I can figure out what you want me to do. And then, yeah, so we're moving into 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're moving into health and etc. Okay.
So we had 2 doctor's appointments this week, which we had kind of alluded to. I'm supposed to start work again in February, but slowly. First, it'll be a few days a week, 6 hours at a time for about 2 weeks. Then 5 days a week, 6 hours at a time for 2 weeks, and then I go back to full time, just so that way, excuse me, I don't push things too fast, because at this point, even going to church kind of wears me out. But
She's been doing better though.
we have to react a little bit quicker maybe than we like, simply because I'm running out of FMLA.
Right. And the thing, she can drive short distances.
Very short
but
distances.
We have discussed this, she and I will be driving her to work until she goes full time. And if she still needs me to drive after that, I can do that too. That's not a problem. She works 5 minutes down the road. I can do that. It's not a big deal.
One of the things that will affect my driving, I'm not going to be able to do much in the long highway distances, probably, because I am not supposed to do any extreme head movements. Ever.
Right. So you can't startle her or anything because she's not supposed to,
because, yes, this keeps it stable, but there's always play back there, and I have several instabilities. I have an instability up here that didn't get fused, that didn't need fused right away, so we were trying to leave it alone and try to avoid fusing it to prevent other instabilities from developing. So I have instability up here, and I have instabilities a little farther down the spine. If I do too much movement, I can cause those instabilities to come worse and cause needs for further fusions. So, I just basically have to act like I'm in a brace all the time, even when I'm not wearing one. So, I mean, and like I said, I am fused back here, so that does help. Mm-hmm. But no complete head movements. It's all that has to be upper body movements.
right. So I will probably be doing most of the short-term driving. If we have to do a lot of long-term driving, my husband will probably drop us places because I don't like to do a lot of long-term driving, especially if it means that we're going to be after dark. So if we go to the festivals and things like that, most likely my husband might drive us.
Or at least the one in Berryville, it's pretty much a straight shot.
That is a straight shot. I'm comfortable driving there. I'm just more concerned with the darkness. But we do leave pretty early.
Yes, we do.
So that should be that one. I might be able to drive on my own. I have become very cautious since I had the accident. Mm-hmm. So and that was years ago.
That's really a straight shot.
It is, and I'm comfortable. I've driven to Winchester and stuff, so
Yeah.
it's not a problem. Berryville's not quite that far, so that's good. We can get back to somewhat of a more normal kind of thing in terms of driving. My husband's been very good. We are down to her appointments. We have PT appointments, and I think it might have 2 week for the beginning.
No, he said I can go once a week.
Once a week? Mm-hmm. Okay, so but the other appointments are only right now every 3 months. Mm-hmm. So that's really good. We can get back onto a schedule where we can do things. My husband doesn't have to lose so much leave time, which he was able to amend with his what's called MaxiFlex or something like that time, so he's not losing as much time. And now, because we have 3 months where we only have the one set of appointments, which is covered, he's going to be able to make up his time again. He's going to be able to start putting leave together, which is really good. So we're happy about that. we do want to thank everybody for their thoughts and prayers and support, because it really meant a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have anything else?
Now I'm starting to get tired.
I can tell that. So we're going to close this. We're going to thank you again for spending some time with us. We want to wish you a very blessed week full of knitting, crocheting, whatever it is that makes you happy, and wish you in the United States or wherever you are who are celebrating the holiday this Monday a happy holiday. And we hope to see you back here for the Food in the Moon Cave later next week. We'll probably podcast on Saturday. This is the Penhook and Needles podcast, and it's episode 385, and that's a wrap.
Bye.